Hello, and welcome to the Poor Man's ASMR. My first video got a couple good interactions. Not too many, just starting, but enough to encourage me to make a second video, post some more ASMR, so I'm back. That's right, I'm back. So today, I thought we would just do some doodles and go over last week's NFL games. So week 4, there were some pretty interesting matchups, some fun games. I only was able to watch a couple, but I try to keep up to date on, podcasts and different things. So I kind of learn what happens in every game, even if I didn't watch. So we'll do some predictions, maybe draw some logos from memory, and it'll be good. So anyways, go ahead and click that subscribe button and give me a like and a comment. It would be greatly appreciated. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I've got my little reference sheet here. Kind of just I wrote all the games that are happening this week down, so that'll kind of, help me stay on topic, I guess. Anyways, alright, game number 1. This is on the Thursday night football. We got the Buccaneers versus the Falcons. So kind of like a nice little classic Southern matchup. Let me go ahead and see if I can draw the Buccaneers. Oh, actually, I don't even know what this one looks like. I'm pretty sure it's like a flag with a pirate. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so bad. He's like smiling. I know there's like a skull and maybe some swords going across, I think. Like so. And it's all on like a flag. I'm pretty sure that's kind of the gist of the Buccaneers logo, but anyways. So this game, there's the Falcons logo. Little bird there. Man, that's bad. Anyways, this game, honestly, kind of a toss-up. Both teams have been playing okay. The Bucs have actually been playing really well. Baker Mayfield has been balling. But you never know. This could be the week that the Falcons finally figure everything out. They've got a great roster. Kirk Cousins is a great regular season quarterback. He's got, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, got Bijan Robinson. So, kind of a toss-up in my opinion, though. I think the Bucs are going to win this pretty easily. They've been dominating. Had a big win this last week against the Eagles, which was surprising to me, at least. I thought going into this season that the Eagles, they seemed like the team to beat. But I think their defense is it still has some holes. If you guys remember last year, they were like 10-1 and then lost like 6 games in a row or something like that. So, kind of surprising, but it kind of exposed some of those issues the defense was having. So I'm gonna go with Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers for this one. So I don't know. That's my pick. But yeah, that being said, I would not be surprised at all if the Falcons did pull it off, just because I know it's like a rivalry game, so you never know exactly what's gonna happen. Alright. Game 2 is the Jets versus versus the Vikings. And the Jets, man, I was never a believer. I'll get that off my chest. I never thought the Jets would be like a Super Bowl team, even with Aaron Rodgers being healthy. They just, I don't know, something about them. There was a lot of hype this year coming into this season. They're like, oh, this is our year. They say that every year. It's the Jets. And it's never their year. But, let me go ahead and draw. I think their logo is pretty simple, right? It's just a football. And it says, like, oh my goodness, Jets. Man, that was bad. It's got like the laces. Yeah, something like that. The New York Jets versus the Vikings. This is a good logo. I love the Vikings logo. Got some braids coming down here. Nice little jaw there. There you go. There's the Vikings logo. Oh wait, gotta add the mustache though. There we go. Complete. The Vikings have been on a tear recently. I think it's them and the Chiefs are the only undefeated teams, which was such a big surprise. Coming off a big win last week against the Packers, the Vikings are in the game that Jordan Love returned. So I think people were expecting that to be a little more. They probably expected the Packers to win, but the Vikings, underdogs again, and pulled it off. So the Vikings probably the hottest team in the NFL right now, and the Jets probably one of the most underperforming teams right now as far as expectations go. So I'm gonna take the Vikings on this one. The Jets, they lost last week to the Broncos, which, the Broncos aren't terrible. I think they're 2-2, not awful for the first 4 weeks, but if I remember correctly, the Broncos, they had like 150 yards of total offense of like passing, rushing combined. They had 150 yards and still won somehow. So, as good as the Jets defense is supposed to be, they held them to 150 yards of total offense, but somehow they still lose. I don't know. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know exactly how all that went down, but man, how do you lose when your defense plays that well? Come on now. Anyways, game 3, Ravens versus the Bengals. Oh gosh, this was a bad idea. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, there's Baltimore. That's the Ravens. And the Bengals, this one should be decent. They got some stripes. The Bengals, and let me make this beak a little longer. That looks better. There we go. We got the Ravens versus the Bengals. Alright. I love my guy Joe Burrow. Really do. He's great. But he's got nothing on Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry. Lamar, it seems like over the past 2 years, he's really put his passing game together. And, that goes without being said. Coming off a huge win versus the Bills, who were the best team in football until last week, and absolutely shut them out. Their defense played great. That electric run by Derrick Henry, what was it, 90 yards, 93 yards? Crazy, okay? And I only know this because he's on my fantasy football team. But, quarterbacks besides maybe Montgomery and Gibbs on the Lions. But anyway, Derrick Henry and Justice Hill, they're such a good threat because Justice Hill, he's listed as a running back, but he should probably be listed as a receiver because I think he gets like maybe 1 carry a game and then like 5 targets. So, but anyways, Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, Zay Flowers, Lamar Jackson, probably my favorite offensive lineup, not the offensive line, sorry, my favorite offensive, weapons in the whole game, all in one team. So, and again, the Ravens defense, come on now. And as much as I would love to see the Bengals do well, I like Jamar Chase, I like Joe Burrow, I just don't see this happening this week, especially off that crazy win for Baltimore. So, next we got the Colts versus the Jaguars. Oh, I'm actually really impressed with myself. Come on now. That is the spit image of the Colts logo. It's okay. It's alright. And the Jaguars. This is gonna be bad. Oh, the Jaguars. With the season they're having, maybe they should switch their logo to something more like this. More of a teddy bear looking individual. But, if I'm remembering correctly, Anthony Richardson, I think he might have got hurt this week with like a hip injury or something. But if he plays, I think the Colts win if he plays this week. The Jaguars, I like Travis Etienne. He's pretty good. But I don't even know who else they have. Do they have Gabe Davis? I think they might have Gabe Davis, who was on the Bills a couple years ago. But I think their offense is lacking. I think Trevor Lawrence doesn't really have anyone to pass to. And their running game is, decent at best, so they're not great. The Colts, also not great. I don't really know much about them, honestly. But I know that Anthony Richardson is a baller. I like Michael Pittman. I like Adonai Mitchell. And, what's the running back? Big boy. Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, big boy. Puts up a lot of yards. I think he had like a 200-yard game last week, if I remember correctly. But I'm going Colts. I don't really have too much to say about this game because these are both two teams I don't really pay a ton of attention to. But I wonder if there's a big motorcycle outside. I was wondering if you guys heard that. Sorry. Let's go ahead and turn the page here. Alright. We got the Dolphins and the Patriots. Let me go ahead and just draw a dolphin real quick. He's got like the football helmet on, doesn't he? And they got like the Dolphins. Man, that's pretty good. Patriots. Got like a little face here. That's so bad. Okay, whatever. Honestly, I feel like both these teams need to start tanking, especially the Dolphins. They have such a nice lineup. But Tua was so essential. You see it now. He was such like an integral part of that offense, and that's being exposed now because Tyreek isn't doing much. A-Chain can't do much anymore. And I think they're 1-3. And at this point, if I was them, Tua being out with, I think I just breathed really heavy in the mic, but Tua being out for maybe the rest of his life, potentially, depending on if he decides to come back. And, with him gone, I don't know, try and tank this rest of the season, unfortunately, and try and draft a quarterback next season, because their backups, I think Skylar Thompson, and then whoever's playing now, they clearly did not plan for the event that Tua would get hurt, because they had no talent at the quarterback position after him, which was kind of an oversight given Tua's history. And the Patriots, I feel like they've been tanking for season after season, so I don't know what another tank season would do, but I don't know what else. What do you do at this point? I'll take the Patriots, though, in this game. They just seem like a more resilient team. The Dolphins just seem to be, falling apart. This season's been just thing after thing for them. It's been, Tua getting hurt, and then I think on that same day, Tyreek Hill was, the whole situation with him getting arrested or detained or whatever it is. They've just had, a crazy 4 weeks so far, and I think that whole team is kind of just I don't know, a little bit confused and out of their element right now. So I'll take the Patriots, but who knows, honestly. Okay, next we got the Browns and the Commanders. Okay, Browns is just a helmet, so. Hey, come on now, that's pretty good. They got a stripe down there. Come on now, that's nice. That's real nice. And the Commanders, so unfortunate. I'm not gonna say the old name of the team because I'm not trying to get canceled right now. I put out one video, but the Commanders, I personally think they should bring the old name back and the old logo. It was my favorite logo. It was so cool. And I've been seeing stuff online of Native Americans wanting that representation in the NFL back. Maybe change the name. It was kind of the name was a little derogatory, let's say, but that logo at least, and oh my goodness, it was so cool. So, anyways, this is actually a good game. I'm having a hard time choosing a winner. I'm gonna go with the Commanders. Even though if I was Jaden Daniels, I'd be scared to death of playing against Myles Garrett for the first time. I would literally pee my pants. But I don't know, Jaden Daniels has been balling. They're on a winning streak, and I honestly, this is a hot take. I think they could win. No. I'm not gonna say it. I take it back. But Jaden Daniels has been balling. They've been doing great, and the Browns have been doing okay as well. Deshaun Watson had that shaky first game against who was it? I forget who their first game was against, but didn't play great. The team kind of looked scatterbrained, and the offense just wasn't super cohesive, but he's kind of pulled it together since then, and beat some more allegations, of course, because said, though, I mean, it's only been 4 games, but I already trust Jaden Daniels as a quarterback over Deshaun Watson. I mean, Jaden Daniels is like the second coming of Lamar Jackson sometimes, it seems like the way he runs, the way he can escape the pocket, and just be like that double threat quarterback. I mean, it's great. And they have some decent pieces over there. I mean, they have Terry McLaurin, they have Curtis Samuel, I think, is over there, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that was last year, but either way, I mean, they've been balling, they've been doing great, and they got the Cowboys' old head coach, I believe, or defensive coordinator is their head coach, so I think they're going to take this game. Also, I just want to say that I think my logos have been getting better over time. Let's go. Next game, Bills, Texans. Oh my goodness. This game's going to be so good. Hey, that wasn't bad. That really wasn't bad. That's a good Bill. That's a good Buffalo. And let's go Texans. Okay, this is probably my worst one so far. Okay, well, that's the Texans, just so everyone knows. I kind of forgot what their logo looks like, I'll be honest. CJ Stroud is my guy. I've hopped on the bandwagon. I am huge fan. He's the greatest. That's my GOAT, greatest of all time, CJ Stroud. Not truthfully, but for the sake of how I feel about it, CJ Stroud, 100%. And I'm taking the Texans, all day. They, man, we're kind of starting a trend here of picking the team on the right, but I love CJ Stroud. That offense, I think they have the best wide receiver core in the NFL with Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and man, Stephon Diggs. Yeah, those 3, so lethal. And their running back, they just got him this year. Why am I forgetting? It's not Tony Pollard. It's whatever his name is. He's doing okay too. I think he got injured, but I'm taking them just because I want to see Stroud to win. I don't know if this will actually happen. If I was using my brain, I would probably pick the Bills to win this game. But I'm going with my heart. I'm going with the Texans. They're going to take this game. And it's just good. It's cool to see a team that's been historically bad finally have a little bit of success. So I'm going with the Texans. I'm going to speed this up here. Panthers, Bears, man. Panthers, where's the Panthers logo? Okay, Panthers and Bears. Are they just a C? Yeah. I am going with the Panthers. I'm not a big Caleb Williams fan. I don't know anyone that is, honestly. Not to say I wouldn't like to see him do well. I just think he's I hope he gets humbled a little bit this season and then comes back, more refined, more, okay, this isn't my league. Let me just, take a step back and not be so flashy and, all over the place. And I know some of that's not his fault. The media loves to, put him on the poster and everything. They're a poster child for this year, so. But the Panthers, ever since they benched Bryce Young, they're on a 2-game win streak. And they just beat what they just beat? Man. I totally forgot. because he hasn't played in like years, but he's been doing amazing. Finally got that offense, like a spark plug. And unfortunately, Bryce Young is just another unfortunate SEC QB that didn't turn out. And I don't know why schools keep picking quarterbacks from SEC schools, because they're never as good as they look in college. That's just my opinion, but yeah, teams stop taking SEC quarterbacks. They have too much protection in college, and it doesn't work out in the NFL. Next, we got the Raiders-Broncos. This is a fun game. Man, the Raiders logo is so complicated, though. I'm just gonna butcher this so bad. Eye patch. Eye. And he's like grinning a little bit. And got the football helmet on. But it's like an old school cap. That's so awful. As the Raiders and the Broncos. He's got his hair flowing. His face here. Got his nose. His eye. Little smile. There we go. That's the Broncos logo for you. This might be my favorite logo matchup. We got the Roblox guy versus the sock puppet. So I'm gonna take the Raiders here. They've been playing well. I won't lie. I mean, Gardner Minshew, it's okay. I don't think him and Devontae Adams have really solidified a connection yet. Their running back, I think his name is Josh. He he plays physical. He runs really hard, and it reminds me of like a Deebo Samuel almost, where he just really throws his body out there. But I mean, I just don't think the Broncos have enough right now. Like Bo Nix, they're okay. They haven't really had any spectacular wins. I guess the Jets is a decent win. But really, I don't see them doing much against the Raiders defense and Max Crosby. So, taking the Raiders, Cardinals, and 49ers. He's got like a big eye. Yeah, there we go. And the 49ers logo is just, what is it? Oh, there's an E in there. Man, it's so bad. It's like a little circle. Man, again, I want to pick the Cardinals. This is my wife's team. She's a big Kyler Murray fan. I'm a big Marvin Harrison Jr. fan. Like, I knew that first game, I knew he was about to pop off right after that, because he was so dominant in college. I gotta go with the 49ers, though. Despite all the injuries, they're still, doing decent. George Kittle, I think, got injured last week. Brandon Ayuk got injured. Guy on the defense, man, why am I forgetting his name? He's out as well, and he was a big part of that team. But, I'm still gonna go with 49ers. I like Brock Purdy a little bit. He's okay, so. Let me speed run these last few. We got the Packers. Just a big old G with a circle around it. And, the Rams. It's, what is it, like L-A? And then the L has like a horn. Yeah, whoa, that's actually really good. Come on now, that looks nice. I'm gonna go with the Packers on this one. Jordan Love is back. Last week he had like 400 passing yards or something, which was nuts, but also like 3 interceptions or 4. But I think he's gonna get back in his groove. And the Rams, another team that's been devastated, but with injuries. Just Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, like all their receivers are out as of right now. So honestly, I don't know how much of a chance they have at anything. So I'm gonna go with Packers, and I'm also Jordan Love fan. I think he's a good kid. And, played behind Aaron Rodgers for a couple of years, which just really kind of, say what you want about Aaron Rodgers, but he was good on Green Bay, at least. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers on that one. We got 3 more games to get through, and like I said, I don't want these videos to be like hours and hours long, because I know you guys don't like me that much. We got the Giants versus the Seahawks. Probably the most boring logo in all of sports. The New York Giants logo. And then the Seahawks. This one's gonna be good. And all the bird logos kind of look the same, don't they? I'm gonna take the Seahawks. They've been good. They've been good. Geno Smith, a veteran quarterback, does have, a flaw or two to his game. Nothing crazy though. I like DK. Their new guy, Zach Charbonnet, the running back, he had kind of a monster game last week, so I'm gonna take them. And like I said, New York, the only good thing about them is Malik Neighbors, like generational talent, and unfortunate that he's with a team that kind of squanders those generation talents, like Saquon Barkley. Like, man, so much potential, and so unfortunate that it didn't work out. But I'm gonna take the Seahawks. Man, America's least favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. I did that bad on purpose, by the way. And then the Steelers. I'm gonna go with the Steelers, actually. The Cowboys have been pretty abysmal, I'll be honest. I think they're 2-2. They barely beat the Giants, and it came down to the last drive interception on Daniel Jones for the Cowboys to even get away with a win there. And Dak's been playing fine. CD's been playing okay. He missed training camp, and it's obvious sometimes. Their running game is Ezekiel Elliott, and that speaks for itself. Like, okay, you can get 2 yards at a time, but anything more than that, it's not going to happen. Their defense got torched by the Saints, and their defense, as good as Michael Parsons is supposed to be, they cannot stop the run. People are just destroying them with the run game. So even Devin Singletary last week, I think the Cowboys were kind of like, okay, let's get our stuff together, and we're able to hold Devin Singletary. But Najee Harris, I think he could do really well. Justin Fields has been balling, and he's, another dual threat quarterback, and the Cowboys, I don't think they'll be able to handle that at all. I think it's going to be a really surprising win for the Steelers, and I think the Cowboys are going to choke, and their season is basically going to be over after that. So the last game is the Saints versus the Chiefs. Kind of just looks like a piece of corn, but that's the Saints and the Chiefs. The KC. This is actually a really interesting game. The Chiefs are 4-0, but they've won all 4 of those games by a hair. Like, literally, it's been so close. And week 1 versus the Ravens, it was literally a matter of an inch. Week 2, I think, versus the Bengals, it comes down to a pass interference call, which it was the right call, but they're lucky they have Harrison Butker, or else that game would have been L. Week 3, another, a Chiefs call or a Chiefs non-call. but so is the Kansas City defense. I mean, that's really the only thing that has them 4-0 right now, because Patrick Mahomes isn't playing great. He said it himself. Rashee Rice is out. Hollywood Brown is out. And Travis Kelce is, I'm guessing this is his last year in the league, so it's really up to Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy to carry that offense. And so I'm gonna go with the Saints winning this one in an upset. The Saints have been balling. I know Derek Carr, he's, not regarded as the guy most of the time, but he's been great. Alvin Kamara has been balling per usual, and I wish I had him on my fantasy team because, man, he's been balling, like I said. But, yeah, I mean, those are my predictions for this coming week of the NFL. Maybe take a look back through some of these nice little logos I drew. Buccaneers, Vikings, Ravens, Colts, Patriots, Commanders, Texans, Panthers, Raiders, 49ers, Packers, Seahawks, the Steelers, and the Saints. Those are my picks as winners for the week 5 of the NFL. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you watched the whole thing, go down, leave a comment, subscribe. I appreciate everyone for watching my channel. I know I'm still figuring some stuff out. If you guys have any suggestions, like, should I get farther away from the mic? Do I need to, I don't know, be more interesting? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, and I hope you're asleep right now. You better be sleeping. Be asleep. And if you're not sleeping, I hope you learn some insightful information. If you're a gambling man, I hope these picks do you right. If you're gonna trust me as your source for gambling advice, I hope it turns out for you. So, but anyways, like I said, thanks for watching so much,